Hello everyone, South Pickle Central here, and welcome back to another video. And today we have the U.S. Senate, House, and Governor's predictions, aka the ballot races for 2024. We are 30 days away, so excuse me, are going over these ballot races. Let's get started, shall we? All right, so first off, we got the Senate here. Remember, please subscribe if you have not. Alright, so we're going to go through, again, we're going to go through saves, liens, likelies, and all that jazz. Alright, let's get started. Alright, so we got saves for the Democrats: Washington, California, Hawaii, New Mexico, Minnesota, Virginia, Maryland, Delaware, New Jersey, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, Vermont, Maine, New York. All right. Saves for the Republicans: North Dakota, Nebraska Special, Missouri, Tennessee, Mississippi, Indiana, West Virginia, Wyoming, Montana, and Utah. All right. Now, likelies for the Democrats. So, Nevada. That's it for right now. Likelies for Republicans: Florida, Nebraska. Oh, Montana is lean. I did not mean to put Montana up there. All right. So, likely leans for the Democrats: Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, and Arizona. Leans for the Republicans: Texas and Montana. My reason behind some of my ratings so far is that they're pretty competitive right now, including Texas, where it's starting to get increasingly competitive again, mostly because Ted Cruz is universally unpopular here. He's always going to have a good battle here. Florida is starting to get a little competitive. However, I don't think Florida will flip. And then in Nebraska, so far, the reason why Nebraska is in the likelies is because again, the independent putting up a good fight, but I do not believe the independent will win that race. It's going to be like a 10-point victory for Fisher at the bare minimum, I think. And finally, Montana is a lean Republican because Tester is increasingly looking like the underdog in this election. All right, let's get finally to my tilt. It's Republican Ohio. Sher Brown, it's looking very, very likely that he is starting to come down to where Harris is in the state of Ohio instead of leaning by getting ahead of Harris by a lot. He's starting to get tied or even trailing Bernie Moreno, which means he's coming down to where like Harris is the state in the state of Texas, not Texas, what the fuck, in Ohio. So that's why Ohio is now tilt Republican. So my new ratings for the Senate: 52 Republicans, 48 Democrats. I'll update this again in about 2 weeks. Like my other ratings, the presidential ratings will come every week, as you guys know that. Let's go over to the governors. All right, so we're gonna go east to west. All right, starting off with Vermont, that's easily a safe Republican. Phil Scott may crack 80, 90 this year. Like, it's incredible how Phil Scott has been winning in Vermont. It's like crazy incredible there. Okay, and New Hampshire, I still have that tilt Republican. Ayotte is still a little bit of a favorite, but New Hampshire's Democratic lean will probably make it come down to the wire either way. So I'm sorry, my Republican fans up there. Just basic split ticking is not really prevalent in New Hampshire but again, I might be proven wrong, like 2020 when Sununu got 60% there. So, all right, let's now go down to Delaware, easily safe. Like, come on, North Carolina. I have this likely now. Robinson has dug himself a big hole. Um, it's crazy to say that that's likely, but yeah, Robinson dug himself a big hole there. I might be going too bullish here, but again, Robinson insane hole he put himself in with all his controversies and stuff. That's yeah. West Virginia, State Republican, no brainer. Indiana, Mike Braun got himself in a little bit of controversy. Major pundits are taking it to the likely Republican because of all uh, the recent scandals and stuff that Mike Braun has been under. Uh, I'll probably change it sooner than later back to safe, but I'm gonna play like I'm playing a little bit conservatively with this. I'm gonna keep it like likely R, but it's on the fringes of likely R. You know what I mean? All right, like fan like 14 and a half points. So like it's somewhere around there. All right, Missouri, that's safe for R. That's no question. So it's North Dakota, Montana, and Utah. And then Washington, obviously, that's safe. As you saw, I am basing my Washington predictions on the primaries that were held there. They usually tend to have strong performances. Um, it usually predicts good in the general. So I still believe Washington's safety. You might disagree with me on that, but Washington not gonna flip. No chance of flipping. So yeah. All right, now let's go to the House. We got the long part here for the House of Representatives. Um, First off, we're gonna go east to west like I always do. So let's go. Maine, tilt Republican. I might be underestimating Jared Golden again, but he might be done for this year. Like he is not looking. He's not in a good position now. Like it's yeesh. All right, New Hampshire. Both of them are likely D. The polls we got from there is the same polls that has the New Hampshire governor and stuff on there. Both show very good leads for the Democrats there. So sorry, I had to clear my phone. Republicans looking not that great there. So likely D, but it's New Hampshire. Anything can happen down ballot. Connecticut 5, Lindy, like it was very competitive 4 years ago, 2 years ago, almost flipped. Can never be too cautious. You know what I mean, guys? Now let's go over to New York, the Long Island districts. Uh, this is likely our likely D's the Slausy seat that flipped in February back to the Democrats after Santos was expelled. Slausy, unless there's an insanely red wave like some fringe Republican channels are saying, that will probably not happen. We're gonna have a close election, and in that case, Slausy is not getting ousted, but there's still a chance. All right, Lindy here, the Esposito seat. He has dug himself a big hole. Yeah. He's him and Brandon Williams seem to be on the fringes of being almost completely DLA. Again, they somehow won 2 years ago, so you can never count them out. That's why it's still going to be. Speaking of Williams, I'm going to just go ahead and do that now. Lean D. All right, now let's go New York 17, Mike Lawler. Um, Tilty. He somehow is in good shape still, even though he's in a very Democratic district. Um, and he should be fine. He's going to be very close, but he just got into some controversy again. The New York Republicans are getting themselves into insane controversy. Again, if all four fall, all four seats, all the other four fall, because the Republicans gained 5 seats in New York 2 years ago. If all four fall, then it is going to be lights out. That will be net of 5 for the Democrats. So that Republicans need to hope they can keep one or two of them at this point, which I do have them keeping one. The Molinaro seat, that's Lenar. He's been having him. He looks pretty solid right now. Again, that district voted. I think it was even last 4 years ago. Those lines were even for Biden and Trump 4 years ago. So I don't know if this is the right ranking here for Molinaro, but again, and then Pat Ryan, he's an electro beast. He's not going anywhere unless again there's a blue or a red wave, but he looks fine, likely D. Alright, over here, Pennsylvania. Uh I have Lean R here in the Tom Kaine Jr. seat, but again, Republicans are getting themselves into trouble, but somehow it's going to be close. Tom Kaine Jr. will probably survive. That seat got red. He'll probably vote for Trump this year if the district lines vote the way the PBI is. Trump probably will win there, but I doubt that it will have any effect on the down ballot whether Trump or Kamala does in those districts. All right, PA. Tilt the right in these two right here. Um, again, if Democrats keep those, they will have a pretty good night, and Kamala might be winning this state if those two hold on. Those are red-leaning districts that Biden carried the skin of the teeth. So if those two hold on, it seems those Wild and Cartwright hold on. Um, it's a pretty good chance that Kamala is winning Pennsylvania. I'm just being for real with you guys. All right, Pennsylvania won. Brian Fitzpatrick somehow gets a ton of split tickets to support him. He's not going anywhere. He's a strong incumbent. And somehow still gets a ton of split tickets. Unlike Scott Perry, who has got himself into insane controversy, that's a Lenar seat. And then Pennsylvania 17, which is Lean D now. All right, let's go south a little bit to Virginia, North Carolina. Uh, that is likely D. This is Lean D, and Jen Kagan's seat is Lean R. Don Davis' seat, I have it now as Tilt D. That one's going to come down to the wire. It's gotten a little bit more redder as, yeah, it's gotten a lot of redder, and this gerrymander definitely doesn't help, because you can't even, comment on it. This is gerrymandered, but, yeah, alright. Border on racial gerrymander, probably. Alright, Ohio, Michigan. I have Democrats winning all 3 of these seats, but it's a lean margin for these two. And then it's a likely for Ohio 1, that's Cincinnati. If uh the Democrats won there 2 years ago, they're definitely probably going to win there this year. Again, can't rule out red wave. I can't rule out a blue wave either. So that's why some of these districts are competitive. Yeah. All right. Up here, Michigan. Chilty in these two seats, that's a likely D right there. That's basically built as a blue seat. And then not Tom, John James, he should win Lenar right now. Frank Mervin, this seat is gonna be likely D. Uh, but I gotta point out something to you guys. So if this seat right here, I'm gonna toss up it right quick. Indiana 5. That's a safe red seat. But if it looks somewhat competitive on election night, that means it's going to look bad for Trump in the suburbs. So if that seat is if that seat takes a while to call, then it's gonna be a bad night for Republicans. All right, now let's go down to the South: Florida, Georgia, Florida, what? Florida, Georgia, Tennessee, Alabama. Um, Andy Ogles shouldn't have been given a race, but he got raided by the FBI, and he has controversy. He probably will be fine for, but that seat was gerrymandered for this cycle. But by the time it gets to like 2030, it'll probably be very like it could be trending towards the Democrats again. So, yeah, a short-term working gerrymander will probably fail within the next 6 to 8 years. So, yeah. And with this scandal, it might happen faster, but we'll never know. All right, over here, Florida. Uh, this seat right there, that's likely red. It's nothing's gonna happen. Oh, I made a mistake. This is the likely R right here, the 27th. Likely D for the 9th and 23rd. You gotta watch those. If Trump is winning those districts, that means it's their DeSantis 2022 type scenario. All right, Sanford Bishop seat, that's likely D. Same with Alabama 2. Going up here, Wisconsin, Minnesota, the Midwest. Let's just say the Midwest. Uh, lean D, lean R, likely R, lean R, tilt R. Nebraska 2, that's lean D. Same here with Illinois 17. Kansas 3, that's likely D. Um, Let's go down here to Texas, the RGV. Likely D, and then likely likely R. Now let's go over to the Southwest. So Colorado 3, likely R. No Belbert. That means that's going to probably stay Republican. Colorado 8. This is tilt Democratic. Going to be a very nail-biter race. New Mexico 2. That is a lean D. It's gerrymandered. It should be getting more bluer as the years go on. So lean D for now. But it will probably be. This will probably be the last year it's competitive if Trump wins. If Kamala wins, then he should be competitive for another few years. But yeah, it's getting to a point where it might not be competitive in 2 years. Uh, Arizona. I got a lean R here, and I got a tilt D here in Arizona 1. And then Nevada, uh, likely D, lean D. Like, it's no question. Whoops, I forgot to fill in the Oregon seat for Republicans. All right, 14 seats left. Montana, the first. This is the competitive Montana district. Likely R. Um, I find this Oregon seat that's lean D. Like it's, and then MGP seat, Washington Free. I got that flipping back to Republicans. Right now it's narrowly, but yeah. All right. Before I hit California, I'm gonna get Alaska. That's lean D. At this point, Heltola having a race. By the way, if my audio somewhat sucks, I don't have a microphone. I can't afford a microphone. So yeah, I am using my headphone mic, which is not really good. So that's if my audio is bad, that's why. All right, California. Let's get through this. This seat right here, that's likely R. Down here, California, 40 and 45th. Both are Winar. Till R right here in the 41st. Uh, likely D, lean D. I have a tilt D right here. Lean D, lean D. And then likely Democratic. Alright, so my new prediction 220 Republican, 220 Democrats, 215 Republicans. Again, this map could change. We have several races and the competitive margin. So, again, all my rankings are subject to change. Thank you for watching, everyone. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.